Greetings. This is Graham Warren working with you on innovations to the hip-op workflow for surgery process. And in this clip, we're going to consider the lens variance hertz. So the particular tack that I want to follow with this clip is to consider the possibility of having lower BMI folks go through track A and heavier folks go through track B. Higher BMI folks, that is. We noticed when we read the case that the very heaviest BMI category, the morbidly obese, have a high standard deviation. So the idea is to have the higher variance folks go through track B, hopefully get the same number of surgeries as we did in the base case, and then to have the lower BMI categories go through track A, with a lower standard deviation, because basically the standard deviation does increase as the BMI increases, the standard deviation of the surgery duration, that is. And so that's the idea. So I'm starting with a base case again, just to confirm, the tracks have got one anesthesiologist each, surgeon each, and there's two ORs, and they're grabbing from their respective pools. So let me show you the original analysis. I think we can just go here and just I want to just demonstrate what was entailed here. So the surgery, the duration, the standard deviation does increase as the processing time, the processing time standard deviation does increase as the BMI increases. So I've taken that and with the original single type of patient with all, basically a proxy customer, which, is composed of all these different BMI category folks, sort of with their respective weights. I got 100.71 as the average surgery time with a standard deviation of 8.09. But if I split these folks, where you can see what I'm doing here is I'm taking the first three categories, so all of the underweight folks, all the normal weight folks, and then 30% of the total are overweight, and that gives me should actually have 30%, 35%, right? Sorry, yeah, all the overweight folks, and then an additional 5% of the obese. That's, believe it or not, the median patient here is obese. But the idea is to take those folks, assign them to track A, and I recomputed the mean and the standard deviation. So it's a little lower. The original mean was 100, standard deviation of 8. And now if I revise this, I'm going to get a mean of, for the lower BMI folks, of 97.62 and a standard deviation of 6.78. If I, for the heavier folks, I'm going to get a mean of 103.8 and a standard deviation of 13.41. Okay, so these folks are obese and morbidly obese. So 40% come from the obese category, 10% are morbidly obese. So I want to just use those numbers for track A and B, and the numbers are going to be the same. It's just that their service times are going to differ. Okay, so I go into my simulation. And all I need to do is to change the numbers for these two tracks. So surgery mean in A is now 97.62. This is now, the lower 50%. Standard deviation does drop a little bit, not much, down to 6.78. And then for track B, we've got the higher number at 103.8. So the idea is hopefully that B keeps the same number of surgeries going. It is a more variable track, but hopefully you still get the same number done. But hopefully we can juice track A for one more surgery. Let's see if this is going to fly. And I'll run this. Okay, so let's run it to completion. So I got 4 and 4. And the flow time here was low, 154, 213 for B. Let's try it again. So again, got 4 and 4, 207, 180. Try it a third time. 179, 208, 4 and 4. 4 and 3. Wow. Okay, so my immediate sense is that this is not really helping. I have the crisis with the anesthesiologists that are 98% utilized. This is now, making just this split of the patients, the heavier BMI folks to track B, the lower BMI folks, category folks to A, and nothing else, no other changes relative to the base case. So you'd have to probably run this a few more times and average this out to get a reasonable estimate of the average flow time in the two tracks. But from what I saw here, doesn't seem like we're getting the extra surgery in A. In fact, it seems to be hurting our ability to get even 4 in B.